Hey guys, welcome back to another video. It is me, Mysterious Cameron, and today I am talking about The Flash Season 2, Episode 3, the fan series, of course, Revelations. So, I have a lot of thoughts on this episode. This is probably the most, I don't know. I have a lot of feelings on this one. Before we get into it, if you haven't already seen any trailer for my own fan film, Captain America: The Taskmaster Trials, the film releases in 1 week on September 30th at 8 p.m. Eastern Time. It's going to be a live premiere, so, yeah. Go check it out. I know The Flash Season 2, Episode 4 might release that day. If it does, I'm going to be 1 or 2 days later reviewing it. Sorry, but it's just the way life goes. So, let's jump into the video. Alrighty, so, this episode was really interesting. There's a few things I want to quickly address before I get into the 6 points, but first, this is the best episode they produced. Miles ahead of anything else. I think it's an absolutely amazing episode. I love a lot of it, and I think it's really great. There's a few issues I have. It's definitely not perfect. I think the biggest issue is I feel like 10 minutes or something of this episode is just Barry and future Barry talking. Is that a problem? No. But even if it was 10 minutes of them talking in different locations, it's them talking in one location, the one scene, for half the film, for half the episode. It feels a bit out of place. Again, I know this is becoming a film, and all 5 episodes are going to come together, it's going to make sense, and then maybe it's going to feel excusable. But right now, it kind of just feels like a mess. Again, I feel like all the episodes don't feel standalone. I think the episodes work really well as a full 5-piece story. I'm guessing that's how they're going to work out to be. However, right now, I just don't feel like some of the episodes can stand on their own. Altogether, I think these 3 episodes are amazing. But I feel like it's just weird how there's 10 minutes to the episode for one conversation. And the second thing is it not an issue, really, but I feel like I just rewatched the Flash season episode, what are they, 1920? I feel like, again, it's just the episode where Barry goes to the future and has the depressed Flash, and then he figures out, stuff. I think that actually maybe I Know Who You Are. No, I Know Who You Are is the episode with, the Caitlyn thing and Snowfrost. I know my Flash stuff. No, it was episode 19 of season 3. That was the one that I'm thinking of, is season 3, episode 19, when he goes to the future. Once the Future Flash, something like that, the name. It's some weird name, I don't remember it. And then episode 20, I Know Who You Are. I feel like I just rewatched both of those. Is that an issue? No. I feel like they did well, though. I really like Barry's speed being blue. I feel like they took that from Zoom and Jay Garrick in season 2. I feel like they did a very good job with that reveal. I think that was pretty cool. And overall, I just liked it. I thought this episode was just done very well. But I feel like, again, it had a lot of that stuff, and then it just led into the big reveal of him being himself, like Savitar being Barry. And I feel like they literally just had the same lines. They were like, it had the exact same lines, like, I'm here, and it was good. It paid homage to the series, but it felt like too on the nose. It felt like I was just watching it again. And I feel like it works perfectly for this. But I feel like could have been interesting to see a bit of a different take on how they could have done it. Overall, though, I still like it. I think it's pretty cool. Also, when he runs to the future, we see Harley Quinn, Supergirl, and Arrow, and Constantine. I thought that was pretty sick. I have no clue what they're doing with them. It caught me off guard, because they've only announced Constantine as the next project, and Arrow as another next project. And then The Flash Season 3. I really have no clue what's coming next for Crimson Productions. I just thought it was really, again, I don't know if we're ever going to see Harley Quinn or Supergirl, ever. And I feel like it's odd to put that cameo in there if we're just not going to hear anything from them. Who knows? Maybe they throw them in, it's a big thing. I just kind of doubt that. I feel like we're not going to see those characters. we do know about Constantine and Arrow, though, so that's pretty cool. What else? I just thought this episode was amazing. I think they did it very well. I liked them transferring the lightning. I liked Ralph in this, actually. I thought Ralph was really good, and how they try to be, how Barry just wants to be on his good side and Ralph doesn't. I liked Ralph being recruited by Savitar, and I liked Ralph trying to, like, punch Barry, and then I think he got on Barry's good side at the end. But I thought this was the first episode I actually cared about Ralph's character, and I like that. I think that's pretty cool. I think they did it very well with Ralph's character. I feel like they did Barry very well, both future and normal. And I actually really liked the ending part of it. Like, as time went on, I really enjoyed when, towards the end of the episode, of course, when, what am I going to say? Like, when Barry gets back. And I really liked this episode. Like, especially that ending with Barry figuring out that Savitar is himself. I feel like he figured it out a bit too quick. I feel like the mood just snapped and changed. But it felt really good. The music, again, it's like The Flash. Like, again, that moment in The Flash is one of my favorite moments of the whole show. Like, the ending to season 3, episode 20 is absolutely crazy. Like, that is something I have rewatched thousands of times. Like, that's probably, like, my third or fourth most rewatched clip from The Flash. My most probably has to be Infantino Street. Like, the murder, of course. And the second place probably has to be, Henry Allen getting killed. Because, like, I've, like, recited, like, if you show me that ending clip to season 2, episode 22, I can tell you every single line at their, like, exact timing moment. It's scary. But, like, this is up there. I am a huge season 3 lover of The Flash. Do I think season 3 is the best season of The Flash? No. I think it is really good. And I think they are transferring to a season 3 fan film adaptation of it extremely, extremely well. I feel like if they are going to, like, do a lot of their own, I feel like what they're doing is they're doing their own version of season 3 while taking a lot from season 3. Is that an issue? No. But I feel like if that's what they're going for, great. If they were trying to tell a really original story, I don't feel like we got so much of that. I really do hope that we do get some really cool original tales from Crimson Productions and, like, Constantine or Arrow. Even with villains from those shows, I don't care about that. But if it's, like, really cool, fun sequences, even if it's taking reference from other things, I feel like I don't really want to rewatch those episodes. But I still love this. Like, I feel like they did it so well, and they did put their own twist on it. Like, I'm not going to say they copied them. Like, they kind of did, but I also think they put their twist on it that was just done amazingly. And I thought that was really impressive. Let's go into the 6 points. This doesn't have to be a 10-hour video. Directing, really well. This episode, I really like I don't know what that's called. I don't edit much. I actually just finished editing, like, so much for that film. But, for my film, of course. But, what's that? Contrast? But, like, when he goes to the future, it's, like, darker. It's the same thing they do in the show. I don't necessarily know what to call that. I think that's hue or contrast or something. Transparency. Brightness. It's probably just brightness. I don't know. It looks good. I like how he goes back. I like how the brightness of the scenes can tell, like, kind of how he's, like, feeling and stuff. I feel like that was pretty, like, where he is in time. I think that's pretty cool. Editing. I thought this was actually edited really well. I feel like the lightning effects this season look way better than they did in season 1. And even, like, the scene where Ralph was in slow motion, I thought that was done well. And, yeah, I just feel like the way that they portray Barry's speed in this is very interesting. I feel like it's not just like how they do it in The Flash, but I feel like it's in The Flash, the TV show, but I feel like it's also taking a bit from the movie, which I did not love, but I thought they did I feel like what they're doing is, even though they are taking a lot from the show and the film, they're putting their creative spin on it. And I really like how they're putting that spin on it. It's like, it makes it fun. like, the spin that they're putting on it just is interesting and things like that. Let's move on to acting. I thought that this was everyone's best performance I've ever seen. I feel like Barry's been acting way better this season than last season, and I think that's especially apparent in this one, even though this was basically an episode of Barry talking to himself. But I thought it was done really well. And I think Dimney, I feel like I actually knew that there was a character there. And I know that sounds bad, but, like, I feel like we got parts of Dimney here. And then there's not many characters this season. Again, now that we know Savitar's just Barry, there's literally 2 actors in this season. Like, they say guest appearance Ethan Booth in the opening credits. He's showed up in, like, 1 scene. Like, unless he comes back in the finale, like, nope. I think we're gonna see Arrow in the final episode. I think next episode is gonna be that big fight. He has confirmed this. I hope it's good. I hope they finish it off well. And yeah, I hope the final episode is like an epilogue. I hope that's where we're gonna meet Arrow. I hope that's either where they meet or where they meet up. I hope it's like a fun episode. I was very skeptical going into this season. I was like really worried when they said they were gonna have like 6 episodes and 2 villains. It's panning out a lot more like season 1 than I thought. I thought it was gonna be like a huge jump. And it's jumped. But I feel like I was very worried for this. For some reason, I felt like they were going to screw something up and lose the heart of it. No, I feel like they did pretty well. And I do like again, I don't love the way they shoot always. But I feel like I really do like it a lot of the time. I really like the way they have their shots a lot. And yeah, I just think it's interesting. Moving on to story, I spoke about that for like half the video by this point. But I thought the story in this was pretty good. Again, I can't really compliment them so much for the story, but I feel like they put their own creative twist on this very well-known Flash tale. Again, Season 3 was still peak Flash. Again, people would say, like, that's the end of peak Flash, but, like, that is peak Flash time. Like, people know that as, like, people know Savitar, and I feel like they did that very well. I feel like they're making a way more interesting and coherent story than Season 1. I feel like Season 1 was a lot of short stories of the Flash that somehow got tied together in the final episode, not really. And I really liked Season 1 on my first go. I feel like Season 2 feels a lot more connected and together, and I feel like that's done really well. One creative choice I'm not the hugest fan of, though, is that they're only ending at 4 episodes. Again, they definitely could stretch Avatar out for 5 episodes. I just feel like they're not. And is it a bit annoying? Yes, but I hope they do something interesting that Savitar just doesn't show up in the 5th one, because then it's not going to feel like a season finale. Choreography, there weren't, again, this isn't the fan film that does so many fight scenes, but I like their choreography in this one. We see it. And the music, of course, we see a lot of the music from the show. Overall, I thought this episode was really solid. Is it my favorite episode? Yeah, definitely. This is, like, miles ahead of anything else, because I feel like they were like, okay, we're going to make this episode just like Season 3, Episode 19 and 20, and we're going to do them better than we've ever done anything else. And it works. Like, they did it so amazing, and it's just, like, I just love it how they did this. Yeah, thank you guys so much for watching this video. If you haven't already checked out any trailer for my own fan film, Captain America: The Taskmaster Trials, next Saturday, September 30th at 8 p.m. Eastern Time, it premieres. Yes, sorry, y'all. Can't review Flash Season 2, Episode 4 that day. I'm probably going to watch it that day. I just am not going to be able to review it. So I might drop a comment on their video if you want to see, like, a quick reaction. It's probably going to be dropped there. Can't do so much. I apologize for that. If you guys are like, I really want to see a reaction that day, I might just comment on the fan film, like, oh, I really like this, and give, like, quick thoughts, and then do the reaction, like, 2 days later or something. I'm gonna figure it out, but, yeah, just the way it goes. Yeah. Hope you guys check out, yeah. Just want to say September 30th. Hopefully it's gonna be a good day, like, for fan films, like, hopefully people like mine. Hopefully season 2 episode 4 is good. Like, who knows? Yeah, besides that, thank you so much for watching this video. See you guys in the next one. Bye, guys.